Hey, welcome back to your favorite technical mathematics class. Addition and subtraction of algebraic expressions. Let's remind you of a couple properties. The commutative law of addition says a plus b equals b plus a. Isn't 2 plus 3 the exact same as 3 plus 2? Sure it is. That's what the commutative law of addition is stating. The associative property of addition says if you have a plus the quantity b plus c, it'd be the same thing as the quantity a plus b plus c. So for example, isn't 2 plus 7 the same thing as 5 plus 4? Sure it is. So that's the properties there, the commutative and associative properties. Let's go ahead and simplify the following by combining like terms. So we look at the 3a squared, we find another a squared. Well, 3a squared plus 1a squared is 4a squared. Now I'm looking at the negative 2b plus 5ab, so negative 2 plus 5 is a positive 3ab. And then finally, we just got this loner minus b on the end. Okay, there's the first one, number 1. About number 2, go ahead and distribute that negative there, so that'll change those signs. So this becomes 3c minus 2b, because it's a negative times a positive 2 is a negative 2. And then negative times a negative c is positive c, positive 1c. And then just combine like terms. 3c plus a 1c is 4c. So this becomes 4c minus 2b. And ideally, you actually write it in alphabetical order. I mean, really, we should put that, but it's not a big deal either way because of the commutative property. A plus b is the same as b plus a. All right, now the next one here, you notice you've got the brackets, so we're going to look inside the brackets on number 3, and we're going to distribute inside the brackets first so we can get rid of those parentheses. Let me take number 3 up here. So I got 5a minus, I got these brackets, 2a. Now I distribute that, minus 3a and minus 6, and I can drop those parentheses inside there. Go ahead and combine those like terms inside. So we got 5a, and I'm going to change these. Since I don't have parentheses anymore, I can change the brackets to just parentheses because I don't have parentheses inside the brackets. So 2a minus 3a is a negative 1a. And then we go ahead and we distribute that. So 5a plus a, negative times a negative, and a negative times a negative, it's a positive 6 there. Combine like terms. And this becomes 5a plus 1a, 6a plus 6. And we're all done with number 3. Number 4 here, we're going to go ahead and distribute again so that we get rid of those parentheses. So you have t minus 7, and notice there's nothing in front. There's just a number 1 in front of this parentheses. So you can, when you distribute the 1, it's not going to do anything. So we can drop those parentheses at the beginning. Now we're right here to the next set of parentheses. So a negative times a positive 2 is a negative 2. Negative times a negative y is a positive y. Negative times a positive t is a negative 1t. Combine any like terms. We got 1t minus 1t. That's gone. We got a negative 7 and another constant minus 2, so that's a negative 9. And then we got a 3y plus a 1y gives us 4y. And again, really we should write that variable followed by the constant there. 4y minus 9. So number 5, last one here. I'm going to work inside the brackets here first to undo those parentheses. So let me take it over here, number 5. And you know what, I'm going to also distribute that so I can get rid of those parentheses. Negative 7 plus x minus, I got the brackets here. I can drop the parentheses on 2x plus 3. There's nothing directly in front of the parentheses there. Now I'm going to distribute the negative right there. So negative times a positive 7x, negative 7x. Negative times a negative 2 is a positive 2. And I can change those brackets now to parentheses since there's no parentheses inside there anymore. Go ahead and combine those. 2x minus 7x is a negative 5x. 3 plus 2 is a 5. Distribute that negative, so we got negative 7 plus x plus 5x minus 5. We got x plus 5x is 6x, and we got negative 7 minus 5 is a negative 12. So there's our answer, 6x minus 12. Now subtract, you got to be careful on this words here. Subtract 3a squared minus 7x plus 2 from the sum of 6s plus 5 minus 2x and 12 plus 7x. When you hear from, okay, so think about subtract 5 from 7. You're actually doing that the other way around, right? You're subtracting 5 from the 7. So you get 2, right? So from the, that's going to be on the end. So you've got the subtract 3a squared minus 7x plus 2. That's going to be on the end. Right, remember, these are switching orders. You get the from the 5 from 7. The 5's on the end, right? And it's from the sum of, sum meaning plus, the sum of those two. So we're going to take the 6s plus 5 minus 2x, and it's being added to 12 plus 7x, right? We're adding those two. Well, when I distribute the plus, it's not going to do anything, so I could drop these parentheses. 6s plus 5 minus 2x plus 12 plus 7x. I'm going to go ahead and distribute that now and drop those parentheses, minus 3 squared plus 7x minus 2. So now I'm looking at the 6s. It looks like that 6s is a loner. I've got the 5. Any other constants? There's a 12, so there's 17. Minus 2, it looks like I got 15 here. Negative 2x. Is there any other x's? Plus 7x. There's 5x. Plus 7x. There's 12x. And it looks like I've just got this minus 3a squared on the end. Okay. So 6s plus 15 plus 12x minus 3a squared. And you can have those in any order, it's fine as well. Subtract the sum of, so subtract the sum of from the sum of, so again this goes on the end. Subtract the sum of this, so this chunk goes on the end. 2a squared minus 7xy plus 3x, then it's the sum of these, and negative a squared plus 10xy. From the sum of 5a squared minus xy minus 2x and negative 3a squared plus xy plus 5x. Alright, well, distribute that. That's just going to drop those, and it's not going to change anything. So you just have 5a squared minus 3a squared, 2a squared, negative xy plus xy. Those are gone. And then negative 2x plus 5x, 3x. Subtracting now, let's go over here again, distribute the plus, but it's not doing anything. It's not changing it. So 2a squared, we're going to have subtract an a squared, so you're going to have a squared, negative 7xy plus 10xy, negative 7 plus 10, 3xy, and then finally a 3x on the end. Go ahead and distribute that. I've got 2a squared plus 3x minus a squared minus 3xy minus 3x. 2a squared minus a squared, that gives us a 1a squared. Looks like I've got a 3x minus 3x, that's gone, and I finally got a minus 3xy. So a squared minus 3xy on that. Alright, the width of a rectangle is 8x minus 4 feet, and the length is 3x plus 2. Write a polynomial that represents the perimeter. So if you're thinking about the perimeter, you're just adding up all the sides. Like if this is 3 and 2, and you say, well, 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2, you got 10, right? You just add them all up. So this one's got a width that's 8x minus 4, so there's 2 of those, of course, and you got a length that's 3x plus 2. So the perimeter is 2 of these 3x plus 2's and 2 of these 8x minus 4's. So we got 6x plus 4 plus 16x minus 8 6 plus 16, we got 22x. We've got 4 minus 8 is a minus 4. So this ends up being 22x minus 4. And there's our perimeter polynomial that represents the perimeter. Well, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys soon.